What's up, guys? This is Nick, ready for a new day of trading. I wanted to do something new, something that's very good to do that I should have been doing, which is an aftermarket review of the trades we took during the previous trading day when the mind is calm, relaxed, and just see what were the mistakes or the good things we did during the day. So if you saw the live stream of yesterday, it was a small profitable day of $8, but of $20, I'm sorry. So let me explain first the first trade I took, which is NVTA. All right, NVTA was a pretty bad trade. Started the day red. I saw the reversal happening at the VWAP here, and I sold when the stock broke the low here, and I added to the trade when it broke the low here. But it was not a good trade, as the stock reversed on my face after that, and I got stopped out above this resistance here for a loss of $40, I believe. I had 200 shares in the stock, and as you can see, it was a good stop loss, if I can say this, because the price went clearly higher for the rest of the day. A good scenario, a good strategy would have been to buy actually the stock at the break of the VWAP here. So you can see the compression, and then boom, could have bought here at 60 and then sell maybe at 95, 90 or 95. You would have had a break of the high of the beginning of the day, so that would have been a great trade. I was looking for a short because of this move there and this beautiful trade that I did the other day. I was leaning short, so should have waited maybe for this resistance here to enter a short, but even so, it wouldn't have been a good trade. So again, the trade could have gone good, of course, but as you can see, the importance of the stop loss is to protect yourself, and maybe you would have thought this would go down, this will go down, and no, it didn't, and maybe today it's even worse, and it starts at 26 or over, so better be out. But that was a low volume stock yesterday, so even so, shouldn't have been looking at this yesterday. So that was the first trade. After that, I believe I switched to NVTA, to the long side. I saw the market, the S&P 500 going up, and I thought it was a good opportunity to buy NVTA. Based on what? Based on something that was said during the day also. If you look at the 1 hour chart of the stock, you can see that there was a pennant pattern here, and we broke out here, and the momentum was really to the upside. And I believe I bought 1703, but I got filled at 1705, and my target was, just a second please, my target was 1745, which is this weekly resistance here, and we got filled pretty easily on that one. So let me show you here how this happened. So I bought here, this breakout here. So I waited for the price to break the VWAP, go a little bit higher, and I was nervous there because I was like, damn, I maybe missed the trade. The price is going over this high here, but I waited for it to retrace a little bit, go just a little bit under the VWAP, and then I put my order in to buy the stock at the break of this resistance here, which was at 1702. So that's why I put my order at 1703, and I got filled at 1705, which is just perfect. And that was a scalp, so I liquidated the shares here, exactly at the high here. So it was a good contributed to having a positive day yesterday, but as you can see, I could have held some more shares until we reach 18, which was the retracement, the 76.4% retracement of the down move. What should have been done from my side is to maybe close 75% of the trade again here. I had 200 shares, so 150 shares sold here, keep the 50 shares running, and then close the rest at 18.10, which was another target. All right, but I was worried about the weekly resistance. That's all I have to say. And a trade is a trade, so that was my main target. My main focus was to get out at 1746, and I got out at 1746, just right here. But that was a gorgeous trade. The trend was up. Nothing to say here for NVTA. And then comes Macy's. Macy's was a piece of you know what, because this one got me. I wanted to buy here, and I bought here over the resistance, above the resistance, and right after that the price retraced, bounced off the VWAP. I think I believe I closed some of the half of my position here, because of course we didn't follow through, so I had to reduce my size because the trade was not going in the direction I was hoping for. And of course the stop loss was set under the VWAP at 53, I believe. And finally the last 100 shares were stopped out at 53. So that made a loss of $20 for that one. As you can see, the price bounced up and down afterwards. Really not a good trade, nothing to see here. But that was really weird, because when you look at, for example, at the daily chart of Macy's, you could see that it was bouncing off support. So there was no real reason for sellers to sell the 35.70 level, but they did. So this is how it is. But I really was confused, because it was bouncing off support. I was hoping it would go higher. You got the retail ETF also bouncing off support, even doing a bigger candle than a bigger green candle than Macy's. So that had to be positive for the stock, but it wasn't. So this is what can happen. You can, of course, help yourself with those kind of analysis when you look at ETFs and so on, but it doesn't promise you a good trade. And Macy's here is a clear example of why the markets will do whatever they want to do. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you think it's going to happen, just protect yourself, set your levels, take profit, stop loss, and that's it. Respect it. So that was a bad trade also, but finally finished the week finished the day $20 up, 84, I believe, for NVTA. No, 82 for NVTA. minus 22 for Macy's and minus 20 for minus 40 sorry, for NI. So only 3 trades yesterday. I found 3 stocks. I wasn't active for the afternoon session because I had a dinner at a friend's, and I couldn't stay here. But yeah, this is how it is. NVTA was a really, really good trade because it was following the S&P, which I wish that Macy's would do, because look at this. The S&P is going higher here around 10 to 12 o'clock. And then you can see from 10 to 12 o'clock, we have some kind of move to the upside where I bought the stock. But then starting 11 o'clock, Macy's starts to go down, when at the same time the S&P continues to go up. So this shows to you that the market is really, Macy's is very weak compared to, for example, an S&P that is moving strongly higher, right? But NVTA followed the S&P to the letter. This is a French saying. I don't know if you can say this in English, but it followed the S&P very well. As you can see, you got to move up from 10 o'clock to 12:20, which is exactly the same as the S&P 500. For NI, actually, well, the trend was up for the S&P, so I shouldn't have been looking for a short entry on that one. Yes, the trend, the recent trend was down, but that was just due to earnings. The short earnings party was there, a little bit there the other day when I shorted, but got out pretty badly. But I really shouldn't have looked for a short opportunity when the S&P 500 is going strongly up like this. So that was my mistake on NI. The mistake on M, we already talked about it. It was not a mistake. I believe it was a good trade following the S&P, right? But as you can see, no follow through. So reducing share size is what you should do. If the price doesn't go in your direction, you just reduce it just a little bit. Maybe it goes afterwards higher, and you are still positive for the trade for the remaining of your shares. But it's just risk management. It's to protect yourself for further losses. If you are not right, well, you are not right. That's it. Just find another opportunity elsewhere. But this is how I see things for those trades we did yesterday. And at some point, I was looking at Sono for a short under here, but gladly I didn't take it because I would have been reversed pretty badly and get stopped out probably. But this one is going to be interesting today, maybe, probably. Trend is clearly down. We had a retracement. It might go lower from here. Anyway, now it's just for saying. So yeah, let's. That was aftermarket analysis, aftermarket review. It's going to be a new thing just to understand what went on during the previous day, and I hope I see you guys later for the trading day, the start of the trading day in about an hour or so. So see you later. Thank you for listening, and trade green.